Chiefs that have the lead up against the Stellenbosch. Lilepo with that goal that came through in a way of a header, and of course now they are really calling the shots, and that is the Kaizer Chiefs. The Stellenbosch will need to really do a lot of work to ensure that in that second half they come out as a very dominant team. Welcome back. Yes, the wind speed has definitely picked up just a bit. It is Cape Town weather after all. Still joined by Siamposi and Coach Sean Bartlett. A pretty open game, Siam, would you say, in the first 45 minutes?
A very tight game, in fact. I feel that Stellenbosch are very suffocated because Kaizer Chiefs are making sure that they are not allowing them to build from the back, closing the two centre backs, especially when they try to play out with Mark and Serino, Morris jumping out to the press. And also, their two fullbacks are locked in, so they can't find now the forward players in Pili as well as Titus, and most especially at De Jong there. The midfield, the entire midfield has just been quiet, kept quiet because of the press that Kaizer Chiefs has implemented.
Coach Sean was talking about something very important as we were watching this set. Now they've got definitive players, they've got players that can make up their minds, and that's how they get the goal.
Yeah, and I think for any coach, it's the worst possible way to concede. You know, you work on set plays every time to get these guys to notice and stay with their markers. But you can see the frustration also from Sage Stevens. They've probably practiced this. You've got to stay with your marker. But Lilepo comes unmarked at the second post. And it does really well. You know, any striker or attacking player, you've got to hit the ball back where it came from. Because look at Sage Stevens. He can't move because that header is so accurate. There's no way he could be able to get there.
And we spoke about decisions before the game, and Serino there, very decisive. He just stands it up because he knows that he gives the players in the box to readjust. You saw Lilepo there, he was moving backwards because he was judging the flight of the ball and then guides it back where it's coming from. But there's been too little from Stellis. Reduced to shots like that, very tame shot outside the box. You can't blame Pusaka, but we know Stellis can get inside the box. They can threaten you with the runs behind, but when you're finding them doing that, then you know they're frustrated.
They're lacking something in attack today.
Well, the biggest thing they're lacking at this moment is, like Sia saying, runs behind. You know, maybe even the second half will become more difficult because as we can see, the wind is picking up. So when you're going to try and play those long balls, he's not going to get there. But I think they need to be a little bit more energetic in the final third and create more opportunities.
And in trying to create more opportunities rather than as for Stellenbosch to at least try to get that equalizer, as Kaizer Chiefs now are calling the shots. Just behind me, players like Njabulo Blom, Samkelo Zwane, Obrigado, Undo Bilagazi, they're warming up. What is that telling you, Sia?
They need players who can turn because the entire midfield of Kaizer Chiefs, Mark and Tele, they play where they're facing. They need to turn and find someone on the diagonal, someone on the opposite side so that they can change the point of attack. Because then you can be able to free up players out wide like Modi as well as Lilepo. You are able to generate that space. Otherwise, you're just going to keep playing. But that's why their game lacks fluidity. And I think the likes of Shabalala, because he likes to turn and he looks to look the opposite direction and diagonal, will help them to unlock even Serino, because even the Morris hasn't been found enough.
Carl Jurgens, now things are not very comfortable for him.
Well,
possible subs for Stellis?
Well, not just Carl Jurgens, but I was going to say on Chiefs, you know, Tele and Mark both has been booked. So I think that's something obviously the coach is looking at. Hence he's got Chabalala, he's got Zwane, and he's got Rom warming up. That's central midfield. But Jurgens definitely, like you indicated, but the coach has got to make a move. Not only did he get a yellow card, but also he's made a couple of fouls after that, so he's on very, very thin ice.
With that said, we return in a couple of moments for the second half. It is Stellenbosch that need to come out in that second half.